Okay. What flower do you think your vagina looks like?
Probably flower.
Okay. What do you call vaginas?
The JJ, yeah. Just depends.
What do you think a penis resembles?
A pencil and a mushroom.
If you could put your pubic hair in any style for your head hair, what would it be?
A high and tight.
If you were to complete the phrase, a life without love, how would you finish it?
A life without love is a long, lonely road.
Okay. If you were to give a prize for the silliest name for sexual intercourse, what would win?
The clean and dirty in the sheets.
If you could have one domestic chore also be an erotic act, which one would you choose? Is that really a chore?
Some people it is.
If you had to imitate the strangest sound anyone has ever made during sex, what would it sound? What would it sound like? Come on, everyone's done it.
I could describe or do how it sounds. It would probably be the tearing of somebody's nails down somebody's back.
That's annoying.
It is annoying. It's really annoying.
I don't think that's the strangest sound anyone's ever made. That's not an answer to the question.
It is when my brother, who has a really deep voice, screams like a girl.
Okay, I guess. If you were to identify a true symptom of love sickness, what would you say it is?
Missing the other person even when you're only...
No, an actual symptom. Like a sickness symptom.
Crying and laying in bed.
How is that resembling being sick at all?
So when I'm sick, I lay in bed.
Okay. If you could find out one single sexual statistic, what would it be?
How many women have never had orgasms that are my age?
Probably like 95%. Depends if they're having sex with a man. If you could recall your first sexual thought, what would it be? Not of women in general, but just in general sexual thoughts.
I wonder what that would feel like. That was...
Well, how old were you, stuff like that?
I was like 6.
And you were watching someone have sex?
Yeah. I had a really bad childhood.
If you had to include one animal in the next time you had sex, what kind of animal would it be?
Probably a horse. I've always wanted to go horseback riding and have sex at the same time.
No, it's like incorporating the animal. Never mind. We'll use that one for the answer. Which is funny and disturbing at the same time. If you could have been the mistress or lover of any great figure from history, who would you pick?
From history. Like, they can't be alive now.
Yeah.
Probably Mother Teresa. Because I highly doubt that nun has ever had sex.
Okay. Actually, Mother Teresa was married for 12 years before
Really?
she became a nun. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
If you could have sex with one pagan god, which god would it be?
God of War.
Meet Ares?
Mm-hmm.
He has a name.
I don't know that much about pagan gods.
If you could produce a film about safe sex for kids, what would it be like?
It would probably be a trip down memory lane for me.
How is that a film?
Showing 2 little kids raising an entire family.
How is that a sex ed film?
If you're 4 and you're already raising a kid, don't have sex. Because then you won't have kids.
I'm pretty sure that a 4-year-old cannot actually produce a child in the first place.
Well, no. A 4-year-old can.
Okay. If you were to have a dead loved one as an inanimate object in your house, what would they be?
An inanimate object.
Yeah, if you had to make a dead loved one into an inanimate object, what would the inanimate object be?
It would probably be something of decor in my house.
For what?
Probably like a horse statue or bookend.
Okay, and who would you make into a whatever?
My uncle.
What is the single most embarrassing thing you have ever said during sex?
I don't really recall saying anything embarrassing during sex.
It's true, you don't really talk during sex. At all. Okay, if for the rest of your life you had to always eat the same meal right before having sex, what would the meal be?
Something light. Probably like a salad or ice cream or something like that.
Okay, if you could place an ad for a one-night stand, what would it say?
If I could place an ad for a one-night stand,
Mm-hmm.
it would probably say something like 5-foot MP looking for somebody to arrest for a night.
Okay, it's time to go.